I think that lust ruins generations. I think lust ruins promise. I think lust has created a perversion in our society that we cannot erase. I think some of our greatest, some people that had the potential to be greats, people that could go down in history, have fallen to lust. And I think that the enemy strategically has targeted men in the area of lust. I truly believe that. I believe that corn is not so accessible for no reason. I don't think that the way that women have decided to present themselves on the internet is by accident. I don't think that the way that the world is so hypersexualized is by accident. Why? Because guess who has dominion? Guess who was given charge over the garden? It was men. Men. And so, yes, we have these social media philosophers and these people that think they know so much about human psyche and what men should do and what men shouldn't do and how men should present themselves and how they should. I'm coming here to just destroy all of that because it's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's not true. The Bible says a man without self-control is like a city without walls. Back then, when cities were built, they were built with walls. Why? For protection. A man who does not have the ability to control himself cannot control. Cannot control. You can't control your body. How can you control a household? You can't control your body. How can you run a business? You can't control your own body. How dare you sit here and ask for dominion? How dare you ask somebody to submit to you when you can't even control you? Why? Because you make money? Why? Because you have power and you can't even control you. You can't even say no to something. You feel like you have the ability and the authority to say to somebody else, you should submit to my authority. You don't even have authority over you. Do you see how lust has ruined our society? Do you see how there has been so many different people in our life that we've seen, that we've literally watched their success and what they've been able to create and do? Do you see how they fall into lust? And men say, oh, well, women do. No, I'm talking to women and men. I'm not saying men in and of themselves are not at fault, or what. I'm not saying one party should be one. No, I'm saying both parties should exercise discipline. Do you believe that once you get married, it becomes easier to become disciplined? No, the enemy hates marriage. That's when the temperature's risen up. I think a man who's actually strong, this might not be what people want to hear. I think a man who's strong, like a really strong man, is a man who's committed. Men want to say strength is what? Sleeping with a bunch of women that you like, just recklessly smashing and dashing. That's strength? No, that's weakness. Strength is discipline. Always has been, always will be. A man who has discipline are kings. That's what kings do. They have dominion. When you are telling men and teaching men not to have control over themselves, when you are teaching men that the more power that you have, the less exercise of discipline you exert, that is literally a detriment to our society. And that is why the men in our Black and brown community keep on falling. Because we're continuing to put out this rhetoric, and it's dumb. It's actually dumb. It's actually dumb. Oh, no, you got money, so just sleep with everybody. No, don't get married. No, just be out here. Just that. Why do you think they put that out to you guys? Why do you think that they do? Why do you think they put out music? Why do you think they put out things to keep you guys single, to keep you guys saying, no, I'm not going to be out here, with one woman. I'm not going to create a family. No, I'm just going to create a bunch of broken homes and call it dignified, call it integrity. No, it's not. It's actually not. That's not strength. Let's call it what it is. It's weakness. The inability to control yourself is weakness. The inability to say no to things, the inability to stay committed is weakness. Literally, some of the biggest things we say is do not give up. Do not give up. Stay committed. But when we talk about relationships, we're over here diminishing and tearing down men that are committed. No, they're strong. You're weak. They're strong. Men that are choosing to be committed and choosing to be married and choosing to have families and choosing to create legacies and choosing to say, you know what? I could be out here, but I'm not. You know what? I could sleep with her, but I'm not. You know what? I could exercise my authority, but I'm going to stay honorable and I'm going to walk in integrity. That is strength. That is strength. The reverse is true. As a woman, do you think it's strength to have a bunch of men that you sleep with on a regular basis, that you rotating? Some of us got kids. We out here sleeping around. Do you think that that's integral? Do you think that makes you look good? Do you think that we could all go out here and sleep with a man randomly? I'm just keeping it real. We could all do that. We could all be having casual sex. We could all be out here and having sneaky links and different people that we're sleeping with. We could all do that. That's easy to do. That takes no integrity. That takes no thought for me to go out and sleep with some man just because I feel like it. I've always said this. I want my man picky. I don't want to be with no man that want to be with everybody. Nor do I want a woman, if I was a man who out here sleeping with everybody. I would want somebody that had discipline, that exercised discipline. And we, in this society, we're like, well, everybody's doing it. Everybody's sleeping around. Everybody's not committed. Do you feel like it's working, baby? Do you think that what we doing is working? Do you think that by us telling the world to run by the seat of our pants and to continue to be driven by lust, do you think that is working? You tell me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired of seeing men come out here and saying, oh yeah, the more money you have, the more you should be out here sleeping around. The more you should be out here running around and putting your periwinkle in things that you don't even know where they've been at. Yeah, just keep watching corn. See what that does for you. When we're driven by flesh and we do not have control over our bodies, how in the world do we call that strength? A man that can't be committed, I'm sorry, that's a red flag, baby. It's a red flag. You can't commit, that's a red flag. That's not strength, that's weakness. Don't call yourself a strong man if you can't be committed. That's just what it is. Strong men commit. Strong men are disciplined. Strong men take dominion. That's what men do. That's what strong men do. And if you don't like the message, you don't look at every single person that we talk about from the beginning to the end. They were disciplined men and they were committed to a cause. And that's why they saw it through. So I am tired. I'm tired of this rhetoric that we have, that we could just run around here and we could just go with our bodies and let our bodies choose what we're going to do next. Oh, he's cute. Let me just open my legs to him. Oh, she's fine. Let me just sleep with her tonight. Oh, and I'm strong and I'm stoicism and I'm this and that and the third. No, you're not. You're weak, actually. You're actually weak. If you can't, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have that in my mouth anyway. If you can't go a weekend without sleeping with a woman, there's a problem. If you can't go a day without watching porn or every other day watching porn, there's a problem. You have to have dominion over your flesh. I have to have dominion over my flesh. Stop putting it on women to have dominion over their flesh. Like they're the only ones who needs to have self-control. No, you're the head of household. We also want to say women should be feminine and they should want to submit and all these other things. Absolutely. I 100% agree. But what are we submitting to? Men that can't say no? Men that just because they got a little power and a little bit of money, they can't say no. They're out here creating babies with women they don't even like, don't even want to have a conversation with. But we want to, that's what we're called. That's what we call strength. That's what we call desirable. No, it's not. It's not. You walk around, you don't have no, you just sleeping with everything that look like the same type of woman. Literally light skin, this, that, dirt, or dark skin, but, or this is the same image, copy and pasted. Anything that look like this, you sleeping with. No, that's not, what is that? Oh, but that's strength, that's honorable, that's integral. No, stop, bro. Like, stop. It's deception, and we've been deceived. It's deception, and we've been deceived. Why do you think people like 50 Cent? Why do you think people like Omarion? Why do you think that people like Justin Bieber, Russell Wilson, all these different men, why do you think that these men have made decisions to be celibate? Why do you think they've done that? They've done it to heal themselves because they were being driven by a spirit that actually distracted them. But you wonder why it's being put out to y'all. I'm sorry, man. It makes me mad. It infuriates me. Because we're so deceived, bro. We're so deceived. And they're targeting men. And men think it's freedom. Oh, I'm not going to be married. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to be out here just sleeping with a bunch of women. Oh, you know what? I don't feel like being with a woman. I'm just going to continue to reap benefits from women. And have no responsibility. And I'm going to call that integrity because I'm being honest with them. No, it's not integrity. Bro, you're lying to yourself. It's not integrity because you're being honest. If you can't handle the responsibility of a woman, leave them alone. If you really want to be single, leave them alone. That's integrity. That's character. That's what that is. If you are not committed, stop sitting here saying you're a strong man. Figure it out. Figure out why you can't be committed. Don't sit here and try to present this lifestyle like that's strength. It's not strength. It's reckless. It's reckless. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help them. You actually can look online because there's statistics to prove that men that are hypersexual have stronger. Listen, let me just go ahead and do this. Y'all listening to this daggone music and y'all seeing what we've seen in society. And just because everybody's doing it, don't make it right. Just because it's popular, don't make it right. Real men commit. That's what they do. They don't sleep around and go to the bar on the weekends and lose their mind and sleep with a bunch of different women. That's not control. That's not integral. That's not, what is that? That's not, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Having self-control and being able to say no is real strength. God does not measure us in our yeses. He measures us in our ability to say no. It's easy to say yes sometimes. I personally have been on a journey myself. And y'all, am I saying that it's easy? No. I know that we don't like to think of women as being sexual beings, but we are sexual beings. We desire sexual things as well. And it's easy for us to find it if we desire to go there. Me saying no to myself and me saying, no, I'm going to stand in this because this is what I believe that God has put on my spirit. That has brought me closer to God. It's given me more peace than anything else I've done. And so us being presented in a way that's hypersexual, us continuing to put ourselves out there and say, we just out here sleeping around. We ain't looking for nothing serious. We doing this, that, and the third. That is literally saying, I'm going to be run by my flesh and I'm going to actually make it admirable and virtuous versus saying, listen, we're trying to make the lack of self-control virtuous. We're trying to make the lack of having the ability to say no to your own body virtuous. Because we think in our minds, well, most guys are not going to wait. Most guys are not going to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's a problem. Why aren't they waiting? Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.